Alright, welcome back to Skies of Arcadia Legends. Last time, we got ourselves we turned a prince into a pirate, on top of escaping the Valuan Grand Fortress for the second time. This episode, we're probably not going to be moving the story forward, at all. Instead, we're going to do a lot of ship exploration. So, let me go ahead. And I am going among several other things, so. Alright, here. So I'm going to take advantage of the two-bridge feature. And there's a lot to explore around this ship. You can look at the various gauges, stuff like that. For now, let's just browse around. There is some stuff to do. So, staying on the top floor, if we go through this door right here, go up this ladder, because for whatever reason this game has its obsession with unnecessarily long ladders. Can't complain too much, as Chugga Conroy once put it. Could be worse. Could be Link climbing vines and Twilight Princess, as much as that is their favorite Zelda game. Yeah, this is our lookout tower. There's nothing really on this, but it's kind of cool. And I mean, there's just a lot of love and attention to detail put into this ship. Admittedly, there is an egregious oversight. I'm gonna let the comments section see if they can guess it. Be honest, put the timestamp at which you guessed it, because I can double check and make sure that it wasn't in fact after I already give it away, because I will. So this is effectively the galley, I believe, if we're talking ship terminology. Not bad, obviously this wouldn't be a hardwood paneling that's popular today. I'd hope a person who designs ships really likes ships, though it's heavily suggested this is DeLoco's design, and I'm almost a little concerned. Conflicted, I guess. Oh, hold on, you know what? I've never bothered to look out the windows. That's cool, you can kind of see the sky outside, and I have to see if it changes with your location. This is important to remember, and we will actually revisit the ship later on once I get it more set up to my liking. There's kind of your fully stocked, your galley. It looks actually, I guess it's supposed to be the kitchen, but if I'm being frank, it looks a lot more just like your general, loquas are kept there more than anything. Yeah, and of course you got a nice little chandelier here too. Let's go in this door. Alright. And if you go out on the front of the ship, Enrique ain't looking too hot over here. I didn't think the Delphinus would rock this much. Someone's got some air-based motion sickness, so he's not allowed. Okay, there you hear it. And you'll see your active crew can actually be found on the front of the ship. There's another cham. It's all a big cham. Alright. And we're going to work on our will. We're going to work on our Piranha. See their power. Magus. Vital. Go straight to Fina. And I am a valiant Vice. Alright. Go back in. That gives you a pretty exhaustive tour of the ship. Alright. Comment section. Did you guess what the noticeable detail missing was? Give you 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Where were the staterooms? They even though you couldn't get in them, they were on the little jack. You could see it in the you could actively go in them on the Albatross. You couldn't really explore the Claudia, but it's just odd that like they'd put them in all the ships prior to now, but then this one that they'd go out of the way to make so big and exhaustive and full of detail, and they forget that the crew needs a place to sleep, especially when they're out at air. Alright, and we are going to head towards Crescent Isle, but for now, we're going to pick up just a handful more crew members. Some ones we could get immediately. Alright, go back here to Sailor's Island. Alright. Alright. And we have a crew member we could acquire. So, I kind of hinted at him earlier, but I mentioned a lot of times, hey, this is a person, he'll be much important later on. Our first one right off the bat is Polly. So, you kids are recruiting new members for your crew. Well, you've come to the right place. They don't call it Sailor's Island for nothing. I'm sure you could find plenty of candidates for your crew. Actually, Polly, we were wondering if maybe you'd like to join our crew. We'd be delighted if you would come with us and be our cook. You're probably the best cook we know. What? You want me to be your cook? This is a joke, right? Well, ever since the sailor that I married got shipwrecked during one of his voyages to the east, I've had to make ends meet by running this tavern with my only daughter, Anne. I can't just suddenly pick up and leave. Why not, Mother? Go ahead and go. You've always said, Mother, that you wished you had a ship so you could go and look for Father. I don't even remember my father's face, you know. If anything, do it for me. Go find my father and bring him home. Don't worry about the tavern. I can take care of things while you're away. Anne. Thank you, Anne. I will find your father and bring him home to show him what a wonderful daughter he has. I promise. Well, I guess this is it then. If you were serious about your offer, I'd be happy to join your crew. Leave the ship's galley to me. I'll cook up lots of tasty food loaded with nutrition. Now, a few crew members will automatically join, and a few are locked to other events in-game. Polly's husband is actually one of the crew members that you have to have Polly and your crew to access, so something key to remember. Alright, and I don't know if you remember, but he was also on my list of people to remember. You're asking me to join your ship's crew? I only join crews when the owner of the ship is willing to pay me what my skills are really worth. I want 10,000 gold. Give me the money, and I'll come aboard. 10,000 gold, you say? Alright, I'll pay. Good, we have a deal then. And he is a helmsman. Alright. And let's ignore Mr. Steampunk here for the time being. And let's go in here and we can pick up another crew member. I'm Pinta, and I travel the skies looking for all sorts of equipment. I live my life searching for exotic and rare things. My dream is to collect all of the rare items in the world. Every last one of them. Wow, all of the items in the world, huh? You got big dreams for such a little fellow. My dream is to sail all around the world someday. I know just how you feel. We both have really big goals. I think we'll get along just fine. You're a dreamer, like myself. Yep, we both got big dreams. And now we gotta concentrate on making our dreams come true, right? Of course! Well, you take care. Don't be a stranger if you're ever in town again. So, you finally have your very own ship, huh? Maybe it will make things easier for the both of us if I just go with you. Fun fact, this guy on the, he's a delegate, on the Dreamcast version, he's actually connected to a minigame that you can play on the Dreamcast, I can't remember the name of it, but it's actually the memory card that goes with their controllers. That is something so cool, and that is one little sad fact about the disappearance of the memory card that we will never get again. Alright, let's talk to Mr. Weapons Dude over here. Alright. And we're going to sell some stuff because I've been holding off on this. Let's get rid of the... And yep, we're just going to get rid of a piece of Grendel's body. I did not know how to make that not sound weird. Actually, purchase. Alright, and the next stop on our little world tour of sorts is actually back home at Pirate Isle. I'll see you there then. Alright, we're back on Pirate Isle here. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to go down to the main area down here, and we're going to talk to our old dog, Pow. Well, if the A button wants to work for me. Vice, we wanted to ask you to do something for us. We really wish we could go with you and help out, but we're still too young, I guess. Well, that's what our parents say. So instead, we want you to take Pow with you. I'll help you out instead. Pow, Pow! Pow has always been there for us. Whenever we needed someone to cheer us up, he was there. We were just thinking that maybe if Pow could go with you, he could cheer you up whenever you needed, you know? I see. Well then, Pow, it looks like you're the newest member of my crew. You hear that, Pow? Vice is going to take you with him. You're going to get you're gonna get to sail on that big ship with this crew. Pow! 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 Pow has joined your crew as a jester of sorts. Now, I'm actually going to keep him as my active jester ultimately, but I do want to show the alternate briefly because they are one of the few crew members that I think has a unique spot on the ship that I don't think Pow has access to. I may be wrong on that, but ultimately he will be my active crew member. Alright, and now that I've gotten through here, I am actually going to do something I've been putting off for a few videos to no avail. As we know, my Deathless run has been ruined, but I am going to go fight Piastol. I'll see you at... Alright, so we're near Piastol's ship, but I'm going to do a little bit of setup first. Namely, I'm going to give Enrique one of his super moves, Royal Blade. I actually wanted to get access to his second one because it's what makes him the best party member of the best fourth party member. However, this will work. Now, you've already seen the text out on this because it's been in my botched episode, so I'm just going to kind of skip through it. So, I'll meet back with you when the battle starts. So like I told you, the correct way to fight is to deal with her healer first, the Death Hound. And you'll have to give me my weapon loadout was designed to be optimized to deal with the to get Aka up to having a Sacralin. Okay, not good.
This should work.
And I'll show Enrique's Royal Blade. As you can see right now, he's actually doing a little more damage than Vice, so not a bad idea, not a bad deal. Alright. And... Alright, here. And I'm thinking this turn should finish her off. Yeah, especially since she wasted using Eternity as opposed to Tempest Dance. How could I lose to a lowly air pirate? I'm sorry, but I'm a tad too young to die just yet. Come back in maybe 50 or 60 years. I might be ready to keel over then. But in the meantime, we're going to continue sailing. I think it's time for you to get back to your own ship. That scar, the one on your cheek, and your goggles. What are you mumbling about now? It can't be. No, I recognize you anywhere. It is you! As I have told you, I am known across the skies as the Angel of Death. I swear upon that cursed name that I will hunt you down and finish you off. I will find you again, and your deaths I shall bring. Until then, I will let you live. However, the next time we meet, it will be the end of you. Okay, nice little threat. However, I'm going to go over towards the dock. And as for the time being, what I'm going to tell you I'm doing is I am keeping all of my spell types the same. I did move over to red, but I think I'm actually going to temporarily move over to silver. And you'll understand why. So I don't know if you remember, and you'll kind of see it. So I only get one magic experience, right? But I get one magic experience for every party member, plus another 2 for the active one. So all in all, I actually get 5 magic experience in the silver line for this particular usage. And this is particularly why. And if you're wondering why I waited this long to visit the dock, I'm going to go ahead and let you know. No, I don't know how to tell you what that spell use, so I'm gonna hold off, actually. But you can only do it at certain times. Flame Mantle? Gem of Fluidity. Sky Sardis. So if you didn't catch your Sky Sardis, you could, theoretically... Okay, and I think we are seeing the first transformation of the bird. I don't know, he looks different for some reason. I don't know why or how, but it looks like every time he grows, his body changes in other ways, too. Okay, that's going to be helpful here very shortly. I know you probably saw that it dropped a white map. It is effectively the opposite of the black map. It lowers the encounter rate and increases your chances of running away successfully. Ooh, that's an oddly more useful item than you realize. I don't know if you saw, but it said it dropped 30 Romahai fish and 30 gruel. Alright, so we've caught up with all the moonfish we can feed the bird. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is go over to Nasser, or Nazrad, so I'm going to meet you there. Alright, we're back at Nazrad. I'm going to have to endure this, so you're enduring it with me. And I'm actually going to explore this a little bit more, because it's tragic. If you observe all the stuff that's going on here, Vice will make more than a few comments about how, yeah, this thing is a shell of what it once was. Alright, so right off the bat, several things become available to us upon touching base in Nazrad. And I mean several. It sucks that it takes the town getting completely leveled beyond anything reasonable by the Valuans. Alright, so we come... Is it this dock? It's one of these docks over here. And I meant to get it earlier, but I forgot to. There we go, there's a moonfish. Which we might as well go ahead and get that back to the dock once we get back to him. If it'll allow us to. Alright, and you know what, let's check up on Kazim. He'd been wanting this his whole life, and well, We'll see how that panned out for him. I'm going to tab through this real quick so you don't have to endure me running through this ladder. Crap! Damn it all! They called me the best gunner around. I was Kazim, the crack shot. But I let out my guard, and before I could do anything to stop them, the enemy turned the whole city to dust. It really chaps my hide. I think I will fly right over to Value and give them a blast in the chops. That is certainly a way with words there, Kazim. Calm down, calm down. You do anything like that and you'll get blasted right back. It's way too reckless. So says the man who was so reckless as to escape from Value twice over. What is that? You are not! Could you be that pirate Vice who abducted the Valuan prince and blasted your way out of the Grand Fortress? Oh, well, I don't know about the abducted part, but otherwise, yes, I am indeed Vice. In that case, you've got to do this for me, Vice. Let me join your crew. I will never be satisfied until I've delivered a blow from my cannon to Valua. I must join forces with you and become your ship's gunner. Good, it is decided. Well, it doesn't sound like... Well, it doesn't sound like you'll take no for an answer, so I suppose we might as well have you come aboard. Kazim has joined your crew as a gunner. Alright. Back down. Alright, and now we need to go into the central area of Nazrad. Let's go into this particular... We need to talk to the ship parts dealer here, as we can upgrade the parts of the Delphinus. And I'll go ahead and tell you, I would right now, for the time being, I would focus on primary cannons. And I'm going to explain why, however, I do want to buy a 10-inch cannon coil as well. And while I'm not going to use this for anything, this is necessary for the Vice, the extravagant swashbuckler rating. Alright, and now I'm going to buy about 3 compound decks. Sell. We're going to sell all our prototype cannons, our steel deck, and our twin propellers. Actually, I'll keep the twin propellers. I don't know if that has any practicality. Alright, so now, while I'm thinking about it, because I should have a Captain Striper too. And don't worry, if you're worried that the Delphinus is underleveled, the stat boost from any Captain Stripes prior will carry over to the Delphinus from the Little Jack. Vice the Valiant! Of course I've heard about you. Everyone talks about your exploits. Welcome to the Sailors Guild. Wait. Is that the legendary Dacket's coin? How did you find it? I'll pay you 20,000 gold for it. And Anka's sitting over here like we weren't like that coin was worthless. We are going to sell Dacket's coin. Wait just a minute. Yeah. Our potential to fight Piastol a second time is already up there. Alright. Now, next thing we want to do is head over this away, and someone's looking a little long in the face. My shop is gone! It's too much to bear! My shop is nothing more than a heap of rubble, and my clerk ran off with all the money. I am completely ruined. I feel kind of sorry for her, you know, Vice. Maybe we should take her with us on our ship. Ship? You own a ship? How big is it? How much cargo can it hold? How much money do you make transporting goods? You may not look like much, but you seem to be doing well for yourself. Okay, I have decided. I will go with you on your ship. It sounds like I can make some money. Hold on a second. You can't just decide that all by yourself. I am an excellent trader. I can help you find treasures that would normally be almost impossible to find. But I seem to recall someone saying that they couldn't even loan us 1 gold without collateral because they weren't running a charity. I understand. I apologize for sending you away so cold-heartedly before. Apologize, she's actually paying the repercussions for it. I will make you so much money that anything I would have loaned you before will seem like moon dust. And it is true, Osmond as a merchant actually does have a higher chance of more valuable drops from ship battles. Okay, so, I was going to explain this later when alternate crew members were available, but I'll kind of give you a warm-up for it now since it's becoming more and more avoidable. Alright, you can change crew, and as you can see, you can have an active and standby crew. This has a dual function. For one, after escaping the Value in Grand Fortress, Vice actually gains an extra attack when it's, when his, 2 extra attacks when his SP is full. I'll show them at some point, but right now I'm just going to say that one of them is dependent on your crew members. They can either do damage to the enemy or heal you depending on who you have active. The second is, as you can see, certain crew members will impact certain traits of your ship. Kazim increases the power of your main cannons. I'm only going to be keeping him around for so long, admittedly, but for right now, that ability is actually extraordinarily good. Osmond will increase your chance of finding expensive drops from certain ship-based enemies. Polly can replenish one character's MP. Marco I'm actually going to keep active. He will double all your spirit points for 1 turn. Pow will raise your chance of attacking first for a full turn. And Penta will protect your ship from enemy cannon fire for a full turn. They do have special attacks. They can only be used once for fight, but they do have... So there's kind of a dual advantage to each of them. When I have my full crew set up, I will give you a second tour of the ship. Now, this is not necessary, but this is something that I wanted to follow up on. You can actually get an idea of the Sultan's status if you go into the bar and, well, talk to this gossip over here. Everybody's saying that the Sultan and his family were all executed. They say they were all dragged off to Valua, and they were executed right in front of a huge crowd. Yeah. Empress Theodora was quicker to deal with them than they were us. Either that or just... Alright, and this can only be accessed after Nazrad has effectively been destroyed. This Cham. And it looks like we did increase Cupel to its next rank. Finally, there's this treasure chest, and we received a Moonberry, and with that we can unlock Enrique's second attack. And this is probably one of the best abilities of the game. Coupled with Aka's Delta Shield, this makes you immune to a lot of damage. This effectively cuts all physical damage in half for a single turn. Alright. Well, this won't be the last we see of Nazrad, but for the time being, let's head out. A shame, really. It was a beautiful city, but, well, as with all casualties of war, even the best cities can eventually be laid low. Was even more insulting as that was required. Alright, next, we can't realistically do much else right now, so I will meet you guys back at Crescent. Alright, we're back at Crescent Isle. Let's head in. this is pretty amazing, huh? Hey, Enrique, how does it feel to be outside the Imperial Palace? Everything is so beautiful. I've never seen anything like it before. Looks like someone is a little airsick. Perhaps all of this traveling is a little rough for our sheltered prince. Yes, you are correct. I never realized that sailing could be so rough. But this was my decision. I can't let a little seersucker slow me down. Enrique, are you going to be alright? Well, it looks like this is going to be a long trip for Enrique. Yeah, don't worry, Enrique. Once you get used to sailing, you won't get sick as easy. I'm sure you'll be okay. Hey, it took you guys long enough to get here. Hey, it's good to meet you. You're Vice, right? Gilda told us that you needed a crew. We're here to report for duty. I'm Brabham. If anything's broke, I can fix it. I'm the greatest engineer that ever lived. That's a nice looking ship. If you want, I can get it running smoother than ever. Crank it up a few notches. Give it more power. Ba-ba-bam! I'm Ismail. You want something built? I built it. You don't want something built? I built it anyway. I'll build some buildings for you. You're gonna need a base, right? Sure. Thank you. Leave it up to us, but before we get started, we'll need some funds to cover expenses and labor. First, I'll fortify the hull of your ship, so you will be able to pass through the stone reefs. Oh no. Then I will upgrade your engine. You'll be powering through the sky rifts in no time. But it will cost you 25,000 gold. I plan to build you a port and some living quarters first. Let's see. Cha-ching! I'll need about 75,000 gold. What a bargain! What? So altogether we'll need to give you 100,000 gold? Well, the Delphinus does need some modifications, and we're going to need more than a couple of caves to call this a base. Enrique's right. Let's put off our search for the other moon crystals until we can get 100,000 gold to pay these, gentlemen. So yeah, Enrique's going to take some acclamation. So yeah, I hope you guys didn't blow all your money. If not, you're going to be grinding for a minute. But that's why the game was so generous with you. Yippee! Now I can fortify the whole of the Delphinus for you. You'll be going through stone reefs and sky rifts in no time. I'll need 75,000 gold to start building your headquarters. Don't worry, this will be the best investment of your life. I wish this base wasn't so secret. I want everyone to see how great it's going to be. The new hull of the Delphinus will be done by tomorrow morning. That's when you can be able to go after those crystals. I'm counting on you, Ismail. Vice, I'm so excited! We're gonna have our own base in the Delphinus. We'll be able to go just about anywhere. It's not entirely wrong either. Oh, I just remembered. We were talking about making a new flag, right? If everyone is finished, we can decide on one. I'd forgotten all about that. Alright, Vice, you first. What? Me first? Oh, well, I put a lot of thought into this. Don't laugh, people. This is what I drew. Being air pirates and all, I figured we should have at least a skull in the flag. And since most pirates use swords, I figured we should have at least one of those on the flag, too. Hey, that's pretty good. Alright, Aka, you're next. I figured the skull thing was overdone, so I tried to go with something quick and cunning. That's why I drew a cat. I drew some gold to show people that we'd sneak up on them and steal their gold before they knew what happened. Aka, this cat looks just like you. Well, I had to give the cat some personality. You think I got a little carried away? way too carried away. Alright, Fina, it's your turn. Well, I felt that skulls were a little too scary, so I wanted to make something happier. The word Delphinus refers to an ancient creature that lived in the seas. I drew one of them to show everyone what our ship was named after. There's no reason to be embarrassed, Fina. I don't think there's ever been an air pirate flag that looked like this. I like it. Well, that's all of them. Vice, you're the captain. Which one do you like? Alright, I'm sorry. Aka's sucks. Okay, so on the one hand, it's a Jolly Roger. The skull is almost mandatory. On the other hand, Fina's is adorable, and Fina is a cinnamon roll whose smile we need to protect. I'm at a bit of an impasse, so I'm going to use my little buddy over here who sometimes hears her name when I am not speaking it at all. Alexa, flip a coin.
Okay. Heads.
Heads, Vices it is. I hope I don't sound too selfish saying this, but I like to stick with my flag. It shows everyone that we mean business. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's very straightforward and shows what the Blue Rogues are all about. I agree! Then we'll use Vices. I'll make a big one and put it inside the bridge. Oh, it's getting late. I'm starting to get hungry too. Hey everyone! Dinner is ready! Great timing! A lot of grape ore fish. I have no idea. Well, it looks like we're spending the night at our new headquarters, Crescent Isle. Now, if you don't like the flag, you can change it to whatever you want at any point. Well, the improvements to our ship are almost finished, and pretty soon we'll have an actual base on this island. Yeah, starting tomorrow, we should start searching for the remaining moon crystals. Yes, but I hope this time I won't get as sick. You'll have to get over that. Oh, Fina, there's something I wanted to ask you. That Admiral, what was his name? Ramirez? How do you know him? What? When we met him in Nazrad, you seemed to know an awful lot about him. If you don't feel like telling me, it's okay. Don't worry about it. No, I'm sorry. I should have told all of you about him sooner. I will tell you everything I know about Ramirez. You know that I am a Sylvite, a descendant of the Silver Civilization. Ramirez is a Sylvite as well. What? Ramirez was our best warrior. He could channel the power of the Silver Moon through his blade, making it sharp enough to cut through light. We grew up together. A long time ago, he was one of my best friends. He didn't used to be so heartless and cruel. He used to care for me like a little sister. Die. When we heard that the Valuans were trying to reawaken the Gigas, Ramirez volunteered to come down here to stop them. He went on a journey to search for the crystals, alone. Shortly after he started his quest, we lost track of him. He never even dreamed that he would join forces with the Valuan Empire. Those were the people that he was sent here to stop. I don't know why he changed. I hope that the Ramirez I knew isn't gone forever. Admiral Ramirez. Not only is he one of Valua's greatest swordsmen, but he's also a master strategist. He used to be Galcian's vice captain, but I don't even think Galcian knows Ramirez's past. Fina. Both of these will work. Fina, I'm sure we'll find out what happened to Ramirez. What's important now is to keep pushing forward. Don't ever forget that. Vice. Don't give up, Fina. You aren't alone. We're here with you now. Yeah, Fina, you're one of our friends now. I've only known you for a short while, but I too consider you my friend. Vice, Aka, Enrique. When I came here, I was all alone. Now I have so many wonderful friends. Thank you so much. Thank you all. I will do my best. Alright, so tomorrow, we continue our search for the rest of the moon crystals. We'll start early. Oh, Enrique, are you sure you can get up on time without a servant to wake you? Hey, I always get up on my own. I don't need any servants. Hey, we can appreciate the the independence of this value in Prince. Way better than the celestial dragons, that's for certain. Got a Savo rather than a Churlos. Well, it's time. Fina, where should we head next? In the east, there is a land that basks in the light of the blue moon. That land is known as Yafutoma. They harness the powers of the blue moon and have control over wind and water. Their culture is very different from yours. Yafutoma. You've heard of it, Enrique? Yes, according to Valuan historians. Yafutoma is a country far east of Nasser. It is scattered across several small islands. I remember the stories. The people are protected by scales, and they eat by manipulating 2 sticks to pick up their food. They eat with sticks and are protected by scales? How are you supposed to eat with 2 sticks? And what do you mean by scales? Are they monsters? Somehow I don't think it's what you're imagining, Aka. I wonder what these strange wind and water people look like. I still can't imagine eating with 2 sticks. It's very difficult if you don't have good motor skills. I can actually use chopsticks just fine. It just hurts my hand to do it for a long time. But then again, it hurts my hand to do basic handwriting, so... I'm not a good metric to go by, I suppose. I was hoping we'd get to eat all kinds of exotic food on our trip. This has me a little worried. To get to Yafutoma, we should sail around the southern tip of Nasser. Some time ago, during the Valuan Nasser War, a cape was discovered by invading Valuan forces south of Nasser. That cape was named Cape Victory. There's a city there called Esperanza. If anyone knows how to get to Yafutoma, it would be the people there. Let's go! Okay, so we're heading south of Nasser. Everyone, get to their stations! I mean, we could. However, there is a ton, and I mean a ton of stuff we could do here before Esperanza is even an option. And I will end up saving that for the next episode. Right off the bat, since we're near Crescent Isle, the first thing we want to do is start making a beeline for Skull Island. And you can see, like, Knezels are worth almost nothing experience-wise, but get you a butt-ton of gold. Okay, so this is, I believe, if you roughly just kind of keep... Okay, hold on. Alright, line yourself up with the Skull Rock, and you want to head, I want to think it's about directly north. And just kind of keep tapping A. You'll eventually run into it, if I'm heading the right direction. Might not be, because I should have run into it way sooner. Alright, time to check the handy-dandy map. Alright. So, okay, I believe I know where it is. Alright, so now, let's go back. I need to figure out precisely where I am. So, it actually should be... a little lower than where I'm at, and maybe just a hair westward. takes some finagling. Problem is, it's fully invisible until you actually unlock it. Okay, no, so I'm on the... I actually need to be... Technically, you could theoretically use another discovery to actually find this, but... Not that one. It is. Okay, so... This is where it gets a little tricky. Okay. Alright, I will be back shortly, because I'm not going to keep you guys waiting this long. Alright, and we're back. This is the balloon flower. I'll show you exactly where I am on the map. A curious plant whose colorful fruit sways in the wind like a balloon. When the thin outer shell is popped, a sweet fragrance is released. It was often seen throughout the world in more peaceful times, but of late the fruits are seldom seen. Alright, to be precise, this is pretty much directly north of Skull Rock, but it's roughly right here. Kind of in the lower left corner. 2 down, the grid 2 down, and 5 from the right. I could use letters and numerology, but my brain operates simpler that way, just directionally. Alright. And I will definitely be including a map with these discoveries, as well as the link to the discoveries page going forward in every episode, even if we don't find discoveries. However, it is worth noting that, I will not be able to do this all the time. And actually, I meant to do something while I was still in the Nazareth area, kind of skipping some stuff here. I'm getting ahead of myself. There is, like I said, there's a lot. This is going to be probably a longer episode than most if I were to pander guess. I'm going to tab a lot here, so I'm going to go back roughly to where the balloon flower was. Alright. Next, we want to head due west. There are 2 discoveries in the northern area of the Valuan territory. What you want to do is kind of hug this, and it shouldn't... Alright, as I were, just kind of keep tapping A as you're going along this. It shouldn't be... I actually want to think we're not getting too far from it. These rocks are kind of supposed to be an indicator that we're close. There we go. The Stone City. The ruins of the settlement built into the solid rock wall, with countless passageways connecting the dwellings. These homes appear to have been abandoned hastily, but no evidence has been found that explains exactly what happened. Maybe the ancient value in civilization, possibly a result of the rains, if I wager a guess. Alright, so now what we want to do... And we have one over here that's a little easier to find. This island right here is itself a discovery. Alright. The Philosophy Stone. Though my body may age and the sun may set, the soul of a sailor still burns inside me. As long as I can dream, I shall travel the skies. As long as there are skies, my journey shall continue. A Sailor's Philosophy. Anonymous. Alright, next we want to head past this sky rift here. And I'm going to speed up a little bit so as not to eat up too much time, but I'm either only going to do that in paths that have already been crossed, or if I'm pretty much just going in a straight line, you can already speculate. There, I believe... Let me make sure I'm not full of crap, and I don't appear to be. There is precisely one discovery in this area. However, once you get this discovery, get the heck out of there, because you don't want to preemptively... Alright, so these are Suraks. I believe they do... They may drop wind gem rings just like the Langries before them. I'm not actually certain on that. And alright, so... Need to find precisely where I am. Alright, when I head due north, and what you want to do is kind of find a spot of islands. They're pretty large, they're near each other. Alright, I'm kind of seeing it. Alright, and as you can see, these are the Amezels. They're kind of the reverse of the Knezels. They have, effectively, they give off a lot of HP, but don't really give out much in the way of golds. Or experience, and then their gold output leaves a lot to be desired. Oh wow, okay, that's rare. So getting a healthy mix of both is never bad. It's also worth noting that I know for a fact that Knezels have a high chance... Okay, I believe it's this island, and there you go, right in this crater near this island. You have found the giant squid nest. We thought it was just a big rock, but when we threw the anchor, this huge eyeball opened up and these red legs came out of nowhere. We just ran for it and barely made it out with our ship in one piece, an anonymous sailor. Now, we need to get the F out of here without running into the ship encounter that has been made available as a result, especially since we're going to at least try to get a visual on Vice the Extravagant. Like I said, I'm going to meet the requirements, I just don't know if we're actually going to visually see it. And I'm at least trying to make sure there's at least one complete spell in each line, so this is why I'm kind of just... At this point, I'm at a high enough level. Alright. Next thing I want to do... is... If you remember, there is an air rift between Central Ocean and Nazrad. This is the one that kind of got the Nasultan getting a little cocky, and it was the one that that Ramirez used to punch a hole in Nazrad's defenses. That's where we're going next. if I can stop aggressively running into encounters, I'll probably end up getting Battle Lord long before I get. Alright, so we want to go into this little sky rift right here. And it should be... It's pretty low, I want to believe. It's not... You want to kind of head... It's near one of the continental parts. Okay, the ship graveyard. This North Danel route was once feared as the home of a monster that ate ships, but in reality is an area where currents are so strong that the previous generation of ships lack the power and hull strength to make it through. Alright. So now, I'm going to stop recording and I'm going to grind Invalua for a bit. That's because I'm going to be trying to get at least a few more Selvite rings. I have a plan for something I want to do here in a minute. But to do that, I'm going to need a little bit of setup. So I'll see you shortly. And this, if anything's going to sabotage my chances of becoming Vice the Extravagant, this is it. So we're seeing Vice the Extravagant. So I will be back shortly. Alright, I'm sure a few of you are both pleased and confused as to what I'm doing in Horteca. First off, I have to be upfront. I fought God knows how many fights and could not get a single Selvite ring out of those guys. So, I may have to hold off until I come back to Nasser. Second off, Actually, no, let's start off going this way. We don't necessarily need to do anything with it. But, it does help to go in this general direction. Alright. We want to go to talk to Hans over here. Oh, Mr. Vice, hello. You're a captain now, aren't you, Mr. Vice? Congratulations. Right now I'm working as a factory technician, but when my stint here is over, that is... I wonder if you would be willing to take me on as part of your crew. I'd like to be your ship's engineer. Of course, Hans. It'd be great to have you aboard. Really, Mr. Vice? I can be your engineer? Thank you very much. I'm so excited to be working with you. So, we'll have to bear that in mind later, but for the time being, our time in Horteca is not wasted. There are other things we can do. What I want to do is, if you guys remember correctly, I said that there were at least 2 people that were important to the area. If not, I might just stack up on... Actually, let me see. Do they have Riselim crystals here? I know that's pretty much entirely going against my deathless intent, but... Well... No, just Ryzen. However, let's see if I got more than a few moonberries. No, not a 1. Wow, okay. That's a new one for me. Alright, here. I know you guys appreciate the music, so I'll take my time with it this go around. Though I'm making an exception for that pole. I don't know if you guys know, but the pole climbing sound is... It's fingernails on a chalkboard. Actually... Let me do it the other way around, because this way would be shorter. And while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to actually equip Vice with... Yes, actually, I'm going to equip him with the Wind Gem Ring in advance. Alright. So we want to go back to where the Elder's hut is. And if you climb up this ladder, at the very top, you'll remember there was this rather goofy-looking dude that was just kind of staring. Alright. You have a nice ship. You have flown around here a lot. Do you know this area as well? Have you flown around here a lot? Have you seen a ship with all women sailors around here? Sometimes I see them flying nearby. They are very different from the women here. Even with my eyes, I cannot always see where they go. I am very curious about them. Women only? You're talking about the village of the Ixanes? Yes, that must be it. So there really is a village of only women. I've been searching for it for many years, thank you. You are the best sailor I know. Take me with you on your ship. I want to travel with you. Really? You'll join the crew of my ship? That's right. I'll join your crew. I've been looking for someone who could make good use of my incredible eyes. With my eyes, I can see the enemy from far away. Other things too, clear as day. This will be useful to you. Tika Tika. So fun fact, to get Tika Tika, as the thing suggested, you have to get the Ixanes village discovery. But not only that, to get the Ixanes Demon's bounty encounter, you have to employ Tika Tika on your crew, so they kind of bounce off each other. And yes, that is why we are here in Horteca. It is specifically with that bounty in mind. Like I said, as much as I don't like the layout of Horteca, the ambiance is beautiful and the music is baller. I am not going to deny that. I can see for some why this is their favorite area. Alright. Alright, here. Now I'm going to save you the fingernails on a chalkboard. Talk to Merida. That is a very powerful ship that you have. I hope that one day I will board a ship. I'm not going to do the accent right now. My voice is getting tired. Well, no, I might actually. I look for comrades to help me get revenge on Valua. I wrote a letter to Ketya and sent it into the sky. I asked Ketya to please send me strong warriors to aid my cause. Could this be that letter by any chance? I picked it up in the ocean. That is the letter I wrote to Ketya. I sent it looking for help. Ketya surely sent you to me. You must be the warriors that I am waiting for. Please, take me with you. I want to fight against Valua. I may not be strong, but I can dance. My dancing will lift everyone's spirits. Jester. So, since we've got what I believe is the first case of an alternate crew non-member. So, if you look at POW, like I said, raises your chance of attacking. Having Merida in your active crew will increase your ship's value, which is pretty much worthless. It doesn't even directly correlate to the Vice the Extravagant, or maybe it does, and I don't know, but you don't have to have her active for that status to be available. However, one thing is that if you're counting for the special attack, the Blue Rogues attack that I'll show you at some point, POW is an attack, Merida is a heal. So if you want to take that into account, there's something to be considered. Alright. Alright, we're going to go back up this ladder. And we are going to leave Horteca one more time. Don't worry, we're not done with it for good, for those who love it. I believe we do have at least one more visit in us. Next, as I suggested in passing, we do want to go near where the Ixanes village discovery is, and that is where our next bounty battle will be. And this is going to be one of the few times where mid-recording I actually save before I do something major. I just got to gather my bearings. Okay, getting close. Alright. Now, these guys are an extraordinarily hard boss, but there's a way to take like 90% of the difficulty away from these people. We're gonna save. I don't need the Dakits Island file anymore. Alright, we're gonna approach this ship. What is this thing? I've never seen a ship like this before. I wonder if there are men aboard this ship. Shall we attack the ship as usual? I'm sure someone will come out then. What's all the noise? Hey, who are you?
Hey! No!
He's actually kinda cute. We haven't got one this cute in a while. Maybe today's our lucky day. But what's with that eye patch thing? He's got no fashion sense. What are you talking about? I think it gives him some flair. Wow, Tara, you really have bad taste. Fine then, I'll just keep him all to myself. Hey, that's not fair! Hey, that's not fair! Who are these girls? I know, they gotta be those girls that I read about on the Sailor's Guild. You know, the Ixanes demons. But who'd have thought that the Ixanes demons would be 3 little girls? Not anticlimactic, if you ask me. Hey, who are these 2 ugly girls? They're starting to get on my nerves. They're probably just jealous because we're so much younger and prettier. That's why I hate old hags like them. I'm gonna stop. I can't do... my native accent already sucks. Adding youth to it clearly is not working. I'm sounding more dollar store Asian. These 3 are really getting on my nerves. And why would we be jealous of you little twerps in the first place? And Fina, don't just stand there. Say something. They're insulting us. Mika? What's an old hag? Oh, God. Go figure. Well then, everyone, I hope you're ready. Of course! I'm always ready. Well, Mr. Handsome, you best prepare yourself, because if we beat you, you'll have to marry one of us. Yeah, these 3 are arguably the hardest bounty battle if you don't know how to set this up right. There is something that can make these guys a lot easier. Having wind gem rings is optimal, but for the time being, the simplest solution to these 3... If you don't remember, during our fight with Piastol, we gained an item, the Aura of Valor. This completely maxes out our spirit points. And it is kind of our way to actually even make these 3 remotely manageable. That said, there's going to be some much needed RNG that even gives us even the remotest chance of winning. Namely, there's a few things you don't know what to do. So not only are they made largely difficult, one of them's a healer, one of them can cast Confusion, and the other can cast Sleep. And because of that, these 3 will have you out faster than you could say, what happened? Alright, so we get our first major thing. So you see there's Prophecy and Blue Robes. Prophecy is only available, both are only available when Vice is active. But Prophecy is specifically available when everyone is active and does not have any movement-altering stat, like Sleep, Confusion, Stone, etc. attached to them. Blue Robes only needs Vice to be active and aware. And I'm going to show you the most anime attack ever in this game. The good thing about these attacks is it also denies the enemy their turn. And on top of that, oh, I wish I'd done just a little more damage, but I might be able to take out one of these, and you'll get the axe, and they'll lose one of their most devastating attacks, which is Chalk Mold. Okay, nope, this ain't good. Already. God Lord, they're after. They have it in for Fina, don't they? And there it is. Poor Fina's just a little confused, and okay, yep. There's Sacrum. Okay, there's one down. They have lost access to Chalk Mold, which activates fatigue, as well as does an immense amount of damage. Now we want to take down Para. And we are going to use... I'm going to use a Sacred Crystal specifically on Fina.
This should work.
Yeah, and there's the problem with... Ah, crap. Okay, good.
Let's try this. Let's try this.
Yeah, not the smoothest battle, but way worse than if you didn't use it. And you get another Aura of Valor after that, along with a Rhizolim Crystal. How could this be? We're the Ixnan's most powerful warriors! I can't believe we lost! Now that that's settled, you guys have to promise not to cause any more trouble. Defeat is defeat. You won fair and square, so we promise that we'll behave. But finding a good and strong man to marry is one of the traditions of the Ixnan's warriors. One day, we all hope to find a man like you. Like me? Well, best of luck to ya. Ooh, I like it. Next time you come to this area, you best be careful. We might just come after you again. As for you old hags, you best be careful too. You don't keep an eye on your man, we might just snatch him away for you both. Hey, just get out of here already, will ya? I'm getting tired of hearing your jabbering. Farewell, Mr. Handsome. Don't be afraid to come back and play. Alright. So now that that headache and a half's out of the way, let's go ahead, let's have Aka give everyone a quick heal up, because that was certainly a bit of a... And it's to the point I'm actually going to save... If I can again, I will probably have a deathless run immediately ruined by this next point, but... Alright, and I'm going to go a little ways into South Ocean. And actually, I don't think I need to go that far. So we're going to go over here. Oh, and right off the bat, okay, good solid first thing. Good RNG. Go for this paper plane. You have found the paper airship. Nobody knows how this piece of paper survived the trials of ages. Perhaps it is a mere mystery that will never be solved. Some say that inscribed upon the paper is a map to a fabled land, but nobody knows the truth. Alright, and let's just keep heading due south, and it is looking a little chilly. I wonder if there's something here. You have found the lands of ice. We found Antarctica, people. A frozen continent, sleeping quietly under the light of the purple moon. Ancient legends and myths speak of it as the land of the dead, but its true nature remained unknown until its discovery by Vice, the Blue Rogue. Okay, well, not entirely. This is something actually of a mild sequence break, but it's one of the few times the game actually kind of encourages the sequence break. Now, unfortunately, the downside is we just entered it into a area with a few enemies above our pay grade because we're meant to... So these are the Killites and Valgans. Now, it is worth noting, the Valgans do have a rare chance of dealing instant death. So bear that in mind. Alright. Now that big old spider, that's not a discovery, and avoid it like the plague for now. If you fight it now, you will lose Vice the Extravagant. That is a guarantee, alright. Now this one, there is a rather tough to find discovery somewhere in here. And admittedly, my consistency of locating this thing is questionable at best. So, you have to give me some patience with it. In fact, I'm actually going to resort to the map, so we're not sitting here forever too heavily into spoiler territory. And I think I have found... wherever it is. Hold on. Oh crap, there's some bad luck. You found the Aurora Borealis at this time of year, at this type of day in this part of the country, localized entirely within your kitchen. Yes, may I see? Yes, true story. I'm actually playing this game from my kitchen, so I could get away with that one. A spectacle of light that has graced the skies above the lands of ice since ancient times. Auroras are thought to be caused by the gravity of the moons, and once every few thousand years, it converges to the moons, creates auroras worldwide. Fun story. I actually did get to see at least kind of a glimpse of the aurora in my area, locality, not too terribly long ago. Okay, where is it? I think I might have overshot it, actually. No, actually. I just gotta make sure to avoid Big Friendly over here. Okay. I'm gonna make a quick YouTube search on this, because I actually don't remember... Alright. I think I've got a rough idea. Just gonna make sure not to. Alright, well right here, because I ended up, should be... ice. So it should be this big old iceberg we think right here. This is the frozen giant. A giant furry animal perfectly preserved in ice for more than 20,000 years. It is unknown how the creature came to be frozen here. Perhaps it fell into a crack in the glacier while chasing its prey, or was instantly frozen in some catastrophe. Alright. Let's avoid spider over here. Alright, if I'm not mistaken, it's somewhere in this patch of snow over here. Just want to kind of... And if you've hit this little dark mist, you've gone a little too far. There we go. Ice bird. This one's the hardest of the bunch to find in this area. Didn't read it. Hold on. A strange bird that lives on islands of ice. Its small wings are not suited for flight, so it feeds by jumping for fish that float nearby. They are model parents. Male and female eggs take turns caring for an egg, never leaving until it hatches. Now, I can't remember, but I think I remember seeing something from Casual Geographic that is their quality as parents is very short-lived. Oh, right. So next thing we want to do, and this is kind of the last thing we can discover in the this little icy region. The ice lens. A giant lens made purely of ice. It is supposedly impervious to heat. Legend has it that people of the ancient world used the lens to burn ships out of the sky, or to see faraway lands. But then, why was the focal point last centered on, spoilers? Alright. Now, next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to see you guys in Sailor's Island. Alright, and we're back. I'm rested up at the end, and I'm going to do one more thing, actually. Actually, let me see. I don't think the mystery merchant has it, but if they do, it would be far easier to buy it from this guy than to see if their store... Buy... No, didn't think they did. Alright. So, right. Actually, this is not who I want to be talking to. Okay, gonna talk to her. Alright. Definitely gamble. So I'm actually gonna, I think I'm gonna reallocate that Sylvite ring to Fina. Well, I guess I don't need to worry about that. Actually, what I want to do... No, yes, this I think will be... Alright. I am pretty much preemptively ruining all chances at a deathless run. So let's go talk to this piece of work right here. Hey, isn't that one of the guys on the wanted list at the Sailors Guild? What are you looking at, punk? Looks like we got a live one here. At least this makes the bounty more interesting. I hear that you've been thrashing up cities with that machine of yours. Your name's Lapen, right? What of it? And what? You here to try to stop me or something? Well, that's the plan. The name's Vice. Vice the Blue Rogues. We're here to earn a little cash. So you're this Vice that everyone keeps talking about. You're making quite a name for yourself. This day's turning out to be quite interesting. If I could defeat you, that means I'll become even more famous than you. Let's fight outside of the city. I don't want anyone not involved to get hurt. Come to my ship and we'll fight there. Coward. But if fighting outside makes you feel comfortable, whatever. You'll need all the help you could get to beat me. Like I said, technically the Deathless one was ruined by Rick Talish anyways, but if it wasn't, well, me going to this guy blind is certainly going to ruin it. I hear that you built that machine yourself. Damn right I did. It's the only thing my good-for-nothing pops ever taught me. Dad? You have a dad? I figured you must have hatched from an egg and crawled out from under some rock somewhere. Watch your mouth. Besides, he's not even my real pops. He just found me somewhere and decided to raise me. Oh, how dare someone love you enough to take you in as their own. I didn't ask for help. He just picked me up and brought me home. Anyway, his name is Sentime the Coward. Ooh, that's low. Wait a minute, Sentime is your dad? I doubt it. I don't see how Sentime could have lamed just a slime ball like this. I said watch your mouth, wench. You don't know a single thing about what you're talking about. Me and Gunarm are gonna be big, real big, not like that old fart of a dad.
I'll teach you.
Vice, I'm gonna rip you apart with this machine. You best come at me with all you got, because I'm not holding back. And I am admittedly, I couldn't be more horribly equipped to deal with the boss ever. This is Lapen and Gunarm. Honestly, he and one other might upend the Ixanes demons for title of toughest bounty boss. The difference between him and the Ixanes demons, however, is the aftermath of one aura of valor is not going to put him under. That said, ooh, wow, I am horrifically, ooh, I should have thought this out more. I have a Riesling box if worse comes to worse. And there it is. This pretty much has a very high chance of dealing instant death, and well, yeah, you saw it. Alright here. Problem is, even if it doesn't deal instant death, it will do a butt ton of damage. The most terrifying thing you can see, though, is that thing does less than 1,000. Alright. I'm going to use blue rogues. And this is a rather silly looking attack, but it does pierce defense. It basically is dependent on your active crew. If you see blue, the character's attacking. Red, they're healing. There are a few classes like your gunner that are automatically going to be attack. Certain ones like your cook that are automatically going to heal too. Now, your goal with this is just to build up your total energy as quickly as you possibly can. Alright, and there's a good chance he'll do this about twice. And I'm going to take the gamble on that, actually. Because if he does Sidewinder, I'm screwed. Yep. Alright, Fina's down. Oh, thank goodness.
This should work.
Can he chill with the Sidewinder, I swear? Okay, thankfully. Ah, shit. Really depends on what he does next, but this could be it. Okay, I hate to say that I'm grateful that he did the unwise choice, but that buys me some much needed time. Ah, crap. Why did I do that? Got a more.
An utter victory.
Yeah, thanks. Getting us site since walking this fight. This set of I was like, shut. Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But I miss the beam. It's like, it's me. Or I'm still grand. Take him. I don't know my own. But get it. Control. You have thing for only music. No. Oh, let's see here. Beat it. But I well, I'm there more ever said you is that go ahead and we're ready now.